Hello friends, I am so excited for this video today. I have been doing some shopping. I have also been doing some gifting and gift receiving, and I am so thrilled to share with you today all of the books that I have received in the month of December. I am just thrilled. I've just kind of gotten into this booktube thing the last year or so, although I have been a lifelong reader. I have always loved reading and have just in the last few years really kind of gotten back into my passion for it. And I think my family is getting the message. Let me just say, this year I got so many lovely gifts and was so fortunate. And a lot of those were books. And so that was really exciting to see. And I want to share all of those with you. And I want to know, what did I miss out on? Please tell me what you are looking forward to, either as something that you missed out on in 2022 or something I missed out on in 22 that I should have on my radar. Or what are you most looking forward to new releases in 2023? I gotta know, what should I be on the lookout for? So for now, let's go ahead and jump on in to the many, many different places that I received books in the month of December. Okay, so for starters, I thought I would share with you my book of the month picks this month. I don't usually do this, and I don't really know why. Book of the month is gonna be a big part of my goals for 23. I literally order 3 books every single month, and I was down to the wire on completing the challenge for this year, which was 24, which is only 2 books a month. So I need to get on the ball. But like I said, I order 3 books every single month, and I typically will have one on my radar that's, I don't know, I just always have something on my radar from book of the month, whether it's the back catalog or, what have you. So I already picked earlier in the year what ended up becoming the book of the year, which was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I don't currently have that one to show you because I lent it to my sister, so who knows if I'll ever get it back. She loved it. I did not love it as much, but that's where that is. So all that to say, I didn't need the book of the year copy, which has, like the gold seal on it. I wasn't really interested in that. So I got to choose one of the other finalists for the year. And what I chose for that one was The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles. My sister-in-law, I gifted her a book of the month subscription for Christmas last year, and also for this year because she loved it. And this was her first selection that she chose last year. So I have heard kind of mixed things on it. It is, I think, over 500 pages. Yeah, I just opened it up to 553, and that was near the back, but not the end of the book. So over 550 pages. This is gonna be on my TBR for next year. I'm gonna see if I can get it to fit into one of the 52 book club prompts. But for now, this was also a finalist, and I haven't read it yet. So that was my pick, was The Lincoln Highway. I also got, by Stacey Willingham, All the Dangerous Things. And I had been looking through Instagram, and I saw everybody posting about All the Dangerous Things, and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to check out that book. And then I went, oh wait, dummy, you already bought it. So I'm really excited to have it now because I've heard so many good things about this. Yeah, so All the Dangerous Things. And then my third pick was actually one that came out in November, but I didn't choose it for November, so I bought it in December instead. It is The Cloisters by Katie Hayes. And this is one that deals with like tarot reading and like using tarot to figure out a mystery. I thought it sounded really interesting. It is also a Read with Jenna pick. I think it was for the month of November. Yeah. So that's why I decided to pick it up, because I love so many of the things that she picks. So picked up that one, and those were my 3 selections for Book of the Month for December. Okay, next, I belong to an online book club, and we did a Secret Santa exchange through Elfster. And so you get to, like, you know, create your wish list. And I was so thrilled with the 2 that were chosen from my wish list for me. The very first one is The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter. This is by Theodora Goss. I really like and have started watching a lot of videos from Meg with Books. This is like one of her top books ever. This is one of her very, very favorite books, and it's always on some kind of a recommendations list, and the premise behind it sounds so interesting and so kind of out of my comfort zone, and she makes it sound really intriguing. So I have been really, I've had this on my TBR for most of the year, or I should say, I've had it on my radar for most of the year. So it was on my wish list, and I got it from my Secret Santa, which made me super happy. Totally in a different direction was the other book I received from my Secret Santa. This is A Merry Little Meet Cute, and this is by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. This is it's a queer love story, and I am just so super excited. It's like a weird size, I feel like. I don't know, it's like not quite the same size as, like, you know, a Book of the Month book. It's shorter, but then like chunkier. So I don't know, it just is like, it's a weird size to kind of hold in my hand, but I don't know, I kind of dig that too. Anyways, I did not read this during the Christmas season. I was kind of debating on whether I wanted to go ahead and read it or not, but I was trying so hard to finish up my other challenges that I just didn't get around to it. I am not one that only reads Christmas books in December, so it is entirely possible I may pick this up in January. I don't really know. But I am really, really looking forward to it, and I'm super excited and super thankful for both of my Secret Santa gifts. The next kind of batch of books that I received was from my family as Christmas gifts. And like I said, I think my family is finally on the idea train where, okay, just get Sarah books, she'll be totally happy. The first book is from my mom. This is called The Energy Bus. It's by John Gordon, and this is kind of like a motivational type of a book, and it's basically about how, you know, you can choose to be the driver of your own energy bus. You can choose to be the person who decides how your life is going to go. My mom read this, and she read it for work, and she just thought that it was such a good book, and so she gifted it to me for Christmas. As she was talking to me about the book, I thought, oh, I need to put that on my, you know, kind of on my radar, on my list. And then she gave it to me for Christmas. So there we go. I'm super excited to have it, and it's definitely one that I'm going to be picking up in January. I feel like this would be a great way to start off the year, just kind of, you know, a fresh start, a positive start, and a positive message. So I just realized that there's kind of like a subtitle to it. So it's called The Energy Bus, and then up here it says 10 rules to fuel your life, work, and team with positive energy. So that's kind of a very quick synopsis of that. But again, I feel like that would be a great one to start off the year. The next 3 that I got were all from my sisters-in-law. I have 2 sisters-in-law, and one of them gifted me volumes 1 and 2 of Lore Olympus. Now, I could be crazy because I put all 3 of the available volumes on my Amazon wish list, and I have literally never read any of these. So these are all graphic novels. They're super chunky. Lore Olympus is, it started out as a web comic, and then it was published. So now they are all in graphic novel form. I've seen so many people talk about these, and I have just been super excited I don't know a lot about, mythology, but this seems like a fun way to learn about it. This is by Rachel Smythe, like I said, volume 1, and volume 2 came from one sister-in-law, and then my other sister-in-law gifted me volume 3 as well. So I know that volume 4 is coming out, I think, at the end of January. So I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna go ahead and get that one, pick that one up pretty soon. And there we go. I will have a completed set at that point, but for right now, I have a complete set of everything that's published. The other book that I got from my sisters-in-law, this was from the same one that gifted me volume 1 and 2. She started the series of Before the Coffee Gets Cold. So this is one that I have been super intrigued by. It's not a super long book, but the idea is, like, what if you found out you could travel back in time, you could go anywhere, you could have any conversation that you wanted to with one person, but the idea is it all takes place in this coffee shop, and you have to finish the conversation before the coffee gets cold, hence the name of the book. I think that's so intriguing, and I'm just really excited. There are, I think, 3 volumes of this now, but she started me off with volume number 1, so again, really excited. I feel like I'm gonna be starting a lot of series in this coming year. I have just, as I have kind of delved a little bit deeper into BookTube and Bookstagram, I've gotten, I kind of have a little bit of a sense now of what I like or what I'm interested in. And so, I've got so many books. There's so many books to read. So anyway, okay, next, let's talk about the Barnes & Noble sale. Okay, so first I want to point out that I went to Tennessee for Christmas. We rented a cabin, an Airbnb cabin in the Smoky Mountains. It was beautiful. We almost got snowed in and stuck in the cabin, but we eventually got out. So that was, not the most fun. It was a little bit treacherous, but it was beautiful. I got to spend Christmas with my mom and my aunt and a couple of my cousins, which I haven't been able to do since I was a kid. So that was really, really nice. And my son got to spend Christmas with my mom, which was just incredible. They're besties. They FaceTime almost every day, and they're just so cute together. So my son is 4. My mother is not 4, but it's the best. So they got to spend Christmas together, which was just amazing to see. And then a couple days after Christmas, my mom and I went to Barnes & Noble to take advantage of the hardcover sale. So this is kind of a tradition for us. I'm holding up Goodnight Ohio, which is not actually the book that I bought for my son. The book that I bought for him was Goodnight Tennessee. This is just to show you we have family in Ohio, we have family in Tennessee, we have family kind of here, there, and everywhere. So every time we go to that state, we get a book from that state. I cannot find Goodnight Tennessee, so I put Goodnight Ohio in to remind me to talk about it. So see, it wasn't all books just for me or about me. And in fact, you're gonna see a ton of books here in just a minute that I got for my son. So we got Goodnight Tennessee. We got The Poppy War, which I have, okay, y'all, I really, really wanted to read Babel this year. I bought it. I bought like this beautiful limited edition from Barnes & Noble on its pub date. And I just ran out of time. So, I just feel like I'm going to love Babel. And so therefore by proxy, I feel like I'm going to love the Poppy War. This is one of 4, really. It's 1, 2, 2.5, and 3, but this is the first one. I'm probably going to read Babel first because that's like at the very top of my TBR. But then after I read Babel, I am going to at some point dive into the Poppy War. So this obviously very well acclaimed and everybody's talked about it. Everybody's already read it. So like I said, there's just so many backlisted, you know, so much back catalog that I just feel like I have to read. So I will at some point delve into the Poppy War. The next book that I got was Mad Honey, and I'm also really excited about this. I've been seeing, I don't know when the pub date for this one was. This was published, I feel like it was recently. Yeah, it's a 2022 book, which makes a lot of sense because I feel like I'm seeing all of my online book clubs post about this now and just talking about how incredible it is. I listened to my very first Jodi Picoult audiobook within the last few weeks, and it was incredible. So I know she's like a critically acclaimed author. She's super, super popular. And I've heard, like I said, I feel like everybody is talking about this one now. So, oh, and it's a GMA book club pick. I didn't even realize that. So yeah, now I feel like I also need to read it and see what all the fuss is about. This next one just doesn't make any sense at all. Let me just be the first one to say, I picked up Amari and the Great Game. 2 things, okay? First of all, it was part of the hardcover sale, so it was 50% off. Second thing, it's a signed edition. So those 2 things were gonna make me, I mean, look at this. It's like silver, like this beautiful silver signed, and it look, I don't know, I mean, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So this is by Baby Alston. Now listen, I know this is the second one in the series. No, I do not own the first one in the series. The first one is called, yeah, that thing. I'm gonna put it, oh, maybe it says inside. I cannot think of what it is called. Does it say like also by Baby Alston? No, starts with chapter 1. Dang, what is the first one called? Somebody tell me. Just shout out your answer. God, I can't think of it. Anyway, oh, and this says first edition, sweet. Okay, so there you go. This is the second one in the Amari series. I will at some point pick up the first one, but oh, Amari and the Night Brothers. It says it right on the back. Praise for Amari and the Night Brothers. So Amari and the Night Brothers, first one. Don't own it. I will at some point, but this Barnes & Noble didn't have it. They were already sold out. So I picked up Amari and the Great Game. This is more of a, I think it's a middle grade. I think it might be YA, but I feel like it's middle grade. I have really enjoyed getting into some middle grade this year, so that will definitely be on my TBR. I'm sure that I can fit that into some challenge somewhere, either the 52 book club or the Barnes & Noble book challenge or something. Anyway, there we go. Really, really ridiculously excited to read Madly Deeply. This is the Diaries of Alan Rickman. These were published posthumously. So, oh, there's my ring light. Alan Rickman, just the most incredible villain ever. Die Hard, Severus Snape in Harry Potter, that dumbass of a husband in Love Actually, just incredible. Passed away of, I think, either prostate cancer or colon cancer like maybe 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, I think. Anyway, these are his diaries. So he wrote about his time filming Harry Potter and, you know, just kind of all of his thoughts. They're his diaries. So I think this is going to be one of those that's going to be like beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time to read. Just an absolute tremendous loss, but I mean, what an incredible soul. Anyway, really also looking forward to reading that one. Okay, now we need to talk about a very important place that my mother introduced me to when we were in Tennessee. I know they have these things in these stores in Ohio, which is where my sister lives, and I know they have them in Tennessee, which is where my mother lives. I have been Ollie'd. There is a store called Ollie's, and their like subtext is good stuff cheap. Those are like my 3 favorite words. I say all the time I am the world's biggest cheapskate. So if I can get good stuff cheap, particularly books, I'm in. I did get one book for me, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you most of the things that I got, or that most of the things that I bought were actually for my son. This book is the only thing that I bought for myself when we were there. This is by Jasmine Guillory. It's called Royal Holiday, and I don't know anything about it. I thought, oh, okay, that's obviously a Christmas themed book and looks pretty cute. I'm sure. And Oprah magazine said Jasmine Guillory is the queen of contemporary romance. So my lighting is kind of blowing it out a little bit, but it's this really cool green and like pink. It looks blue and pink there, but I promise it really is green. This is by the same woman who wrote The Wedding Date, which I have on my bookshelf. And then she also wrote The Proposal. So I'm really excited to read this. I don't know if this is part of is part of a series or not, but if it is, I guess I'll just hang on to it for a little while. But here's the deal. Okay, at Ollie's, this book was $4.99. How was I gonna pass that up, right? Everything else that I got there was for my son, and I debated on whether I should show this to you or not, but like, you need to experience Ollie's with me. So here we go. I got one of these Imagine ink pads. This is a special pen or marker that comes with it, and then you color in the pages. Like you just scribble over the outline in here, and then it, you know, the picture colors itself in. So these are really good to have in the car. You know, if we're going on like a long trip. It was almost a 16-hour drive to Tennessee. And so, yeah, that was a long time. So it was really nice to have, you know, just, this was $1.99. You know, it was nice to have stuff like that my son could occupy himself, and it wasn't just literally sitting on a tablet for 16 hours. The next book that I got is called What Do I Do with Worry? And I thought this was such an incredible book because kids need to know, you know, that stress is very natural, and that, you know, mommy and daddy are here to help you. And, you know, it says, what if my new bedroom is scary? What if my parents get mad at me? You know, and it walks them through and talks them through how to deal with their feelings, which I think, you know, maybe a lot of us grown-ups need to read this book, What Do I Do with Worry? Yeah, myself included. So anyway, I thought it was a really great book. I thought it was a really great premise, and definitely something that I feel like, because he's 4, you know, we probably wouldn't want to go through that with him. But you know, it's a way to talk your kids through their feelings. And so like I said, I thought that was a really great idea. This book was $4.99. So there we go. Oh, and the sticker price on it is $12.99. So I saved myself $8 there. The next one we have is Ralph Goes Viral, and this is a Wreck-It Ralph book, and this is super cool. We have a couple of these magnet books where there's a little like capsule thing here that holds all of the magnets, and then as you go through the book, this is magnetized, so you can create the scene as you go through the book. And it's just super cute. And like I said, I'm sorry, my ring light, but just a really cute idea. We have a couple of these magnetized books, and he really, really likes them. And he's decided here in the last month or so that he really likes Wreck-It Ralph. So this was a perfect combination. This book was $3.99. So there we go, another bargain. And the last book that I picked up at Ollie's is called The Happy Crab, and this is by Layla and Kevin Palmer. This book was $2.99. And I'll be honest, I mostly bought this book because I follow Layla on Instagram. I have followed her and read her blog for absolute years now. So that was predominantly why I bought the book. But it is a really lovely story about a crab, and you know, he decides that he can be happy. It says he's Happy, which is the name of the crab. Happy is an adventurous little crab whose world is suddenly turned upside down when a mama and her son find his large, unbroken shell on the beach. So the crab is found by a family on the beach, and so he is picked up and taken away from his home, and you know, there's a cute little story that ensues. So like I said, I definitely picked this up primarily because of who the authors are, but I still think it's a really cute story. And there we go. And I'm hearing sirens again. That's the second time. So now we've had sirens twice and a train that has interrupted my video. I don't even know if you can hear those. I know y'all can hear the train when it comes by, but that's everything that I have purchased book-wise in the month of December. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, one of my big goals in 2023 is to grow this channel. I don't need to be a full-time influencer. I do have a full-time job and a family and, you know, plenty of other things going on, but I do enjoy making these videos, and I would like to, you know, continue to share them. So one of my big goals is to be able to grow this channel. So I would love it if you would decide to like, comment, and tell me what you're looking forward to in 23. And you know, if you feel like it, go ahead and share the love as well. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. I look forward to seeing more of you in 2023, and I wish you a happy new year and happy reading. Bye.